Good evening and welcome to Social Race, 60-minute race at Zolder. And we're just about to start qualifying. And I'd best get out there and put some times in. 30 minutes to go. Yeah, it's looking a bit busy actually. This is a mixed tier race, so this will be quite tough, to be honest. I've just had to test my setup.
Exit's clear. Push.
He gets away beautifully. A perfect pit stop.
All right, Stevie.
We've had an enhancement to crew chief with a bit of Murray Walker.
Your brakes are cold. We need to get some heat into them. There's a white flag.
That's a blue flag.
Oh, not a good start. The slide there.
Car right. Right side's clear. Car right. Clear right.
Very busy.
Blue flag.
And it's a strange thing here with the online servers. Way slippier than the offline.
The blue flag is being waved.
Yeah, this
Left
is a
side.
nightmare.
Clear left. Car left. Clear left.
Very, very busy out on track.
That's the blues. He'll have to pull over now.
Yeah, so we have an enhancement to crew chief. Somebody's lifted the audio from, I think it was F1 97 game, which had Murray Walker and Martin Brundle. I wonder how long before I get bored of listening to that. But hard to get bored of listening to Murray. I should really try and find the link. He's in race department.
28.
Right. Oh, grip's just non-existent compared to. Tire pressures are down as well.
White flag.
Something's happened. The yellow flags are out.
Sector 1 is 1.7.
Compared
Oh,
with his
somebody's had a bad spin.
times, I can see that he's actually slower there.
Yeah, it says track temperature is just 15 degrees, which is what I've had in practice.
Car right.
What's he doing?
Clear right.
Having a spin, that's what he's doing.
Car right. Clear right. The leader's just done a 129.57.
Oh, we got some aliens on here. If somebody's doing 29s.
Alright, Stevie, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
Well, looking okay so far to actually get a time in, which is a start.
B27. Sector 3 is 1.4 seconds.
Well, that's actually slower than his best qualifying lap today.
Car right. Right side's clear. Right side. Clear right.
Somebody really dragging themselves out of the pits there. Okay, the last lap was pretty rough. So it was looking a little bit smoother, where we got people coming up behind me again.
Sector 1 is 2.3 seconds.
Unfortunately, he's not as fast as his best intermediate.
Left side. Hold your
There's the
line.
guy that came past us and spun before. I wonder if he's going to.
Still there. Clear left. Your brake temps are good.
Or is it? Think they were maybe the same colours? It might not have been the same guy.
Left side, clear left. Okay, Stevie. 5 minutes of fuel remaining. 5 minutes.
Half the traffic, I'm actually slower.
Sector 2 is 3.7.
Compared with his previous times, I can see that he's actually slower
Yeah.
there.
Murray's observing that. Down in P31 at the moment. Very slow.
P31.
Now, bearing in mind I'm offline, I was getting 31s. So if you're doing 36s, is way off the pace. I think they made the track very green, there's no rubber down. Am I going to make it? I have. That's good. Still a pretty poor time though, 35s predicted. Somebody's got an open mic on Discord, it's very annoying.
Your front brakes are pretty hot now.
It's looking a bit better. We're now 2.8 seconds up on that previous best. Looking for a 33. The fuel level's only enough for one more lap.
We're running on fumes, mate. Hit this lap, in this lap, B30. Sector 3 is
Oh, that's
0.7.
worrying.
Unfortunately, he's not as fast as his best intermediate.
So a half decent time there, but still only P30 in this field. Oh, somebody just had an off behind me.
Sector 1 is 1.3 seconds.
Come on,
Well,
make
that's
it, make it,
actually
make it.
slower than his best
Illegal lap.
qualifying lap today.
Let's go back to the pits.
Mind these track limits, please, Stevie.
That's a blue flag.
Hey. Okay, so we've only got 5 more minutes left. Let's try and drop the fuel levels a little bit. Keep on the same set of tyres. Times at the moment, 129 is the fastest. Wow, near the bottom. Just me and Morphy, really. Yeah. 131. I'm slow at this track. I ain't done a 131 in even brilliant conditions, so we're in trouble. Ah well, I'll live.
5 minutes remaining, 5 minutes left.
I did cover myself. I did say early doors this week that I was not too familiar with this track. So, good. It got me excuses in nice and early. 4 minutes to go on quali.
There's traffic approaching, watch your mirrors.
I think there's some kind of incident. I can see yellow flags.
That's the trouble, there's trouble.
You'll have to pull over now.
Your brake temperatures are low. We need to get some heat into them.
Come on, people. So I'm free practice on offline mode on a good track. I've done a long 131. That is going to be an illegal lap. Because that happens a lot. Really slide through that chicane. Try and push hard. Oh, Jesus. Severe damage to the front. Let's go out to the garage. Oh, we got 3 minutes. Might
Okay,
get around
Steve,
once.
you're blocking up your fronts a lot.
But ABS up to 5. We just drove them through me. That's nice.
Watch your mirrors, there's a car approaching. Clear left, yellow flag. Blue flag. Left
Jesus,
side.
what's he doing?
Clear left.
So I'm waiting for somebody to come past the outside of the pits then, and Arcosian just drives in the back of me. Great. Well done. Not a man who looks at his map or pays any attention to flags or crew chief announcements. Okay, we got 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Should be able to get round. It's only about a 1.5 minute lap here.
The car in front has just posted a 133.18. Just 2 minutes left.
No,
2
here's the
minutes
guy
to
who
go.
ran me is in first place. Quality wise, anyway. It must be like what it's like when you're a higher tier. You must just be able to just drive people, free people. So at the moment, I'm just ahead of Morphy. He's in the pits and probably unlikely to do a better time.
B35. Your brake temps look good. Sector 1 is quick.
Okay, so at the moment we are improving a little bit. All the cones have gone from here, which doesn't help. Maybe I can pick up from tonight some good lines, some good approaches to the corners.
The leader has just done a 129.36. Checkered flag, B35.
There must be an accident. The yellow flags are out.
I think it didn't go too well at the end then, at the 132. I think it was on for a 131, but I managed to go all the way from 35 to 34. Well, what an achievement. Yeah, a million miles out. Okay, so that's the end of the quali. Let's go back to the pits. Let's get the old race set up in. So we got 110 litres on. I didn't drop the traction control. I found I went a little bit faster. I put traction control onto free, but I'm not sure with those track conditions it was really slippy whether that'd be a good idea. Right then. Oh, we got race set uploaded. Wait to advance to the race. Come on. There we go. Okay, there's a lot of people on this server. We've got 40 drivers, and there's some concern about the start procedure, which is usually chaos. But I'm at the back, so that's actually a bit of an advantage in this situation, in that it will allow us to probably wait for the carnage and then just shuttle through the gaps. There's only 2 drivers behind me. So I'm 1.2 seconds behind Catalin and Carrie. They're in my tier. T-Rip got moved up. Sorg's 1.5. Sorg's quite quick, but we've got history. So the organizer is making the point that people that try and do an overtake during the start of the race, when it's a rolling start, they're the ones who always seem to end up having a bit of an incident. Just try and, stay in line is the best option. Where I am, I've not really got any places to lose. I just play it safe. I feel like somebody should make a point as well that we're not AI. I think there's an expectation that we'll all just subtly move out the way as though we're artificial intelligence drivers, and we're not. We're just going to move just because somebody's alongside us. But let's put it this way. A driver who we had an incident with is a long way up the grid, so not much of a problem. Wait for drive to enable. So this is a daytime race. This is a bit cloudy, chilly track, but not that bad. It should in theory be okay. So I'm in for a nightmare. My test races, I seem to spin a lot. Every time I get a chance, I will spin the car. So real test will be to get round without a spin. I mean, even in qualifying, I ended up going nose first into the wall really hard. But it's a very tight, narrow, twisty track, so I'm expecting this first lap to be quite a bit of carnage. So he's gone for 105 litres of fuel. I think I've gone for 110. Yeah, 110 litres, be on the safe side. 53 seconds to go. Drive enabled. Okay, we're in. Tyres are stone cold, but we should have... Oh. Morphy's behind us. He's been told to keep an eye on us. I've behaved myself, Morphy. Honestly, I am. Okay, so, yep. So we appear to be completely surrounded by my tier. Morphy's behind me, Anne's in front. I can see Vasana just up the road. Not too familiar with some of the drivers. Waiting for controls to be enabled. Here we go.
Low tire pressure, stay clear of the curves.
So it's the usual follow the widget. Got to keep my car in the green zone. as an aid, all of the cars will ghost around us. A bit of weaving, trying to get a bit of heat into these tyres. But to me, braking and accelerating seems more effective than weaving. Still got pretty cold tyres. And this chicane really seems to catch.
Drivers are lined up on the grid now, preparing themselves for the start.
Oh, that came around
The
fast.
red lights are beginning to come on.
Murray's given us a big build-up. I've gone flat out here trying to catch up. Okay, Strickman had a bit of a moment then.
Go, car right. He's still there. Right side's clear.
I don't know what happened to Strickman. I'm sure he was supposed to be behind us.
On your right. Right side's clear.
Yeah, we're having a restart. Yeah, so there's a restart there after a big pile up on the first corner. So I have to do this again, unfortunately. Yeah, Stickman. I'm pretty sure this guy just came flying through at the very beginning. I'm just waiting to be enabled again on drive. Ready for drive enable now. Okay, and another formation lap. Okay. Okay, we just wait to pull out now. Let's hope it goes better this time. Hope we don't want another restart. Very difficult to get my tyres warmed up.
Stay single file.
Okay. People grumbling on Discord about start procedure and difficulties braking in the right time and giving people space. About roll out now.
Low tire pressure. Stay away from curbs.
I'll try and go slow, but I'm way ahead of my slot. Be told to watch the widget by the league coordinators. Try and get these tyres warmed up. It was a very short lap. Very difficult to have his tyres warmed up. Still haven't really got my tyres up to temperature here.
B34. Okay, Stevie.
The warm-up lap is over.
Okay,
The red lights are on.
so the widget's now released us, and we're a long way back. So it's flat out. This really is the last corner, so this is a big problem. I'm still behind on widget position. Okay. Morphy's a little bit up ahead of himself there, so I'm not sure about that one.
Let's go. Car right.
Okay, I'm going to stay in the inside here, give Anne a bit of space.
Car right. Clear right. On your right. Still there.
Car on the right.
Hold your line.
Clear on the right.
He's still there. Clear right.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
The start's okay. Let's get stuck in.
Somebody's really having the edge of the dirt there. We'll go to lower gear around this corner first time out. Can take that in fourth, but no way, not with this amount of traffic on the track.
Right side.
Clear on the right.
Something's happened. The yellow flags are out.
Right side's clear.
Big
On your
incident.
right.
Oop.
There's an incident in the first chicane. B36. Car left. Clear left. There's a white flag. Car right.
Caught Van Ooston there, but it was
Clear right.
I could brake, but I couldn't stop stone dead. Oh dear.
Car right. Clear right.
Okay, coming through the end of the first lap. Just take it easy, really. It's pretty poor through that corner, but all we need to do is get through. Try and make it a clean lap.
Okay, Stevie. Keep doing what you're doing. This is spot on. B26.
Start to open her up a little bit.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I think it's Anne,
Car right. Clear right.
Andreas, and Andreas Anne on the inside there.
On your right.
Is it really a car? Yeah, no surprise. Oh, look, must have had a spin. All I do now is try and just relax and get into it. The real aim is to try and get a good number of laps in without having a spin or a bad
There's
off.
an incident in the hairpin. We think it might be Tuominen.
I think I could probably find time in this corner. I think this, because you really lose momentum in this corner. I'm probably not taking it in the best way. Same with these sequence of corners as well. It's very hit and miss going through those. Sometimes I get a really good line, really good speed, and other times I don't.
28.
So this is a sequence of corners where on my offline practice I could get a really good flow. But looking at the way that I think Sorg's pulled away slightly there, it's not good enough.
The gap in front is now 2.6 seconds.
Look at Anna, the big off then, lots of dust in the air, been through the grass. Wow, that was too slow. Very hesitant going into this corner there, and then a big mistake on the exit. Still a lot to improve on this track.
E27.
The car is exiting the pits, watch out.
That wasn't somebody having an off. That's the pit exit there going across the front of us. Stickman, I think, was the guy who started at the back of the field. So he's just doing a call out on Discord. There's a car in the way through this chicane, but I think he's out of the way now.
He's quicker than you into the first chicane. The leader has just done a 129.91.
We got somebody having a bet.
Your front brakes are getting pretty hot.
Carrie's collected a sign in his car. That were pretty funny. Don't know if he knows it was in there, but Carrie collected one of the. I'll have to send it. I'll try and extract that clip and send it to him afterwards. He'll be in trouble. You're not allowed to take home parts of the track, I'm sure of it. Oh, we're brave now. I'm going to remove a little bit of traction control. See if it helps improve the lap times a little bit.
There's an incident in the hairpin. It looks like Tuomine. Yellow flag.
Somebody's had a big off there. Got a driver closing in on us, don't recognise the name, so Now my position in the world is the driver from a higher tier who's probably had a spinning and off. It's coming back through. Not worth fighting that much. Half a second behind me. Just hope he doesn't pull off a crazy overtaking maneuver.
Temperatures are looking good. Car right.
Clear on the right.
Be
Still
very
there,
conservative
clear
there,
right.
really let him through. But I don't want to waste time fighting him. And Carrie's already 6 seconds down the road. I missed my braking
Incident,
point.
the second chicane.
That's what happens when you miss the braking point. Do too many of those and I will get a drive through. And I feel chances of getting a drive through here are pretty high. A lot of chicanes that you can end up cutting. So, we had a good race last time out. Very good result with P7. Moved up the Drivers' Championship table. But I'm not optimistic about this track. I had really a lot of trouble stringing a lap together.
B26.
Big moment there. I think that was because I wasn't positive enough going into the corner. I was a bit thrown by that faster car coming up behind me that then sort of drifted off into the grass a little bit.
The gap is growing.
5.2.
Bit of Murray there to tell me that I'm not going quite fast enough.
I think there's some kind of incident. I can see yellow flags.
A very unpositive overtake there by the Audi.
Right. White flag, mate. Right side's clear.
He sort of half stuck it up the inside and sort of forced me wide, and then we both lost tons of time.
There's an incident in X-Box.
Lots of people having offs. Morphy ahead of me, looks like he's had an incident. Kind of surprised at this driver, you'd expect to... I'll get it this time.
On your left.
That's the way to overtake.
Still there. Clear left.
Get yourself in a position where you can get through. And make it a positive overtake. Make it a very half-hearted attempts, I think, in my opinion. Sadly, Stickman, who was off there, is already a lap down and wasn't in a position to be made up. Still holding P27. And Morphy's come back towards us, so he must have had an incident. That was a bit late for braking there. What's he doing? Stickman has a lap down. He's flashing his lights at me. Perhaps he's confused and he thinks the blue flags are for me to let him through.
26.
What is he doing? Wow, went round there in 5th. I'm not sure I was any faster. Could be a dangerous attempt to get past here. Yes, there is. Oh,
Your
bollocks.
front brakes are getting a bit hot. Car left, clear left. There's an incident in the hairpin.
So I've had a couple of questionable runs through chicanes at the moment. Go on, I'm going far too slow for some of these corners. Jeez.
Okay, Stevie, there's a car exiting the pits, heads up.
Driving like a complete amateur.
The leader's just done a 129.65.
Whew. I'm not enjoying this track much at all. God, I cannot make this corner.
Incident in the second chicane.
Car on the right.
Car right. Still there.
Clear on the right.
Right side's clear.
Right, well I hope he just disappears now because he just keeps flashing his lights at me and it's pretty annoying. It wasn't me that was having to go through the pits and stuff, so I shouldn't really be suffering because he's had an incident. Okay, so moving very much towards the back of the field now.
There's an incident in turn 2.
Plenty of incidents occurring. Plenty of people in the pits as well, so I'm not really sure.
Stay on it. This isn't over yet. B25.
This track may yet still catch quite a few people out. It's better. Strickland's had a little bit of a moment there. He's drifted well wide. He'll be swearing now because I'm closing in on him. Needs to pull his finger out and get away. It's a tidy lap by me, this one. Big improvement on my PB at the moment. Strickland's had another monster moment. Well, we're pretty evenly matched on time, so if he's had a spin by the time he's recovered,
32.01.
He's improving on his lap times.
he shouldn't really catch up with us again, I don't think, unless I have an issue as well. I'm not sure if I can take this in 4th. because I have done once by accident. But I'm not really sure it even helps the lap time. Very often keeping the revs high really helps. Whoa, no, we don't want to do that.
We've got light damage on the front of the car.
Got too much curb then. Trying to floor it. Come on, let's go, let's go. Said just light damage, so we will endeavour to ignore the light damage. That's the big problem with this track, is the chicanes will really throw you. So now we've really fallen back into the clutches of P24, Taylor. And what was just me leisurely driving around has suddenly taken on a bit of an edge. Try and pull away from these drivers.
All right, Stevie.
This young man really is a superlative driver.
23rd place.
I think we improved our time there, somehow. No, that's impossible. It was at 39, yeah, it was not good. Maybe Murray's just encouraging us. Let's try not to screw up this chicane this time. It's now 13 seconds to the next car up the road ahead of us. Second down on PB, really need to be pushing. Nicely done. It is quite nice to get through these corners. It's the big stops that the Porsche doesn't seem to like. Or at least in my hands. I've got a lot of grass there just trying to stop the car. If one could pick up the big cars like the Nissan GTR and the Porsche, the BMW.
133.51.
Really like this track with the big curbs. They can really bounce over them. Like they're not there. Whereas I seem a bit more sensitive to the big curbs. So the twisty nature suits the Porsche. It's very agile. Very quick out the corners, but the big curbs really hurt. There's Morphy in front of us now. Maybe he had another bit of an issue, or maybe it's Burst. Just having a good fight up ahead. Leaders are coming round. Just saw P1 on the leaderboard, or the show me the cars around me. Show P1 is just a couple of cars behind. 2.1 seconds behind me now, actually. So P1 is closing in fast.
Your brake temperatures look good.
It's the guy who ran me on the backside coming out the pits earlier. Well, let's hope he doesn't do the same again. Well, no, that was no good. I've actually stopped the car then.
The blue flag is being waved.
Now here come the leaders. So we'll go a bit wide. Jesus.
That's a blue flag.
That was pretty arrogant from a tier 1 driver, or whatever he is. Just ran me right at the backside.
Okay, Stevie.
That's unbelievable. He's completely lost his rear wing.
Clear left.
So I'll move it out of the way there for P1. And he just completely ran me up the backside. Seems to be a habit of his, because he did it coming out the pits as well.
The track temp's increasing. It's now 22 Celsius.
The blue flag is being waved.
Right side. Right side's clear.
That's the blues. He'll have to pull over now.
Car right. Clear right.
Right, it's the last of the leaders coming through, so it's the cars now. I might have had a massive spin, thanks to being rammed up the backside, but
B24.
I don't think it cost me too much, but God, I'm
Car left.
losing places here.
Clear left.
And these two, I think these are from a higher tier, and somehow I've ended up out of position. Very often my social races are a bit irritating, a bit annoying. They don't really give me much. Yeah, I think these much higher tier drivers who somehow ended up at the back of the field. Somehow they are just sailing by. So we're near the back now. Looks like there's only Taylor behind us. Mind you, there's a lot of blue flag cars. Bad lag there for borderline.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
It's warm work doing this, I'll tell you that.
There's an incident in turn 1.
There's all sorts of incidents being shouted out ahead of me. See Kerry up ahead as well. In the pits.
B25.
We are approaching the pit window though. That incident with leaders coming through really shows you why it's a bad idea to have the tiers overly mixed. Yeah, I just try letting him through and decides that that's not really good enough. Too big a speed differential really for us to all race safely against each other, I think. Big lockup then.
Blue flag.
Car on the left.
Left side.
Clear on the left.
Clear left. Stay calm. Keep it smooth. B24.
Catch a bit of dirt. Well down on my lap time here, 1.9. That's not good enough. Oh, come on. Yeah, there's big time loss here. I need to do one more lap. At the moment, I've just switched off repairs. The pit stop, because it's going to cost me 30 seconds. But if I'm actually losing
The lead car's pitting.
lots of seconds a lap, I will get the repairs done. So we'll do one more lap after this.
Your front brakes are getting a bit hot.
It says we're 5 seconds off the best at the moment. That's really bad.
There's an incident in turn 1.
So I'd lose 5.6 seconds in one lap. That's an immense amount of time. Yeah, it looks like we're losing too much time with the damage to the car from being rammed from behind. Yeah, it's 1.6 seconds. Yeah, nearly 3 seconds already. Got to get these repairs done.
Alright, Stevie, you're halfway home. Got plenty of fuel.
Now, with the exception of being rammed, fingers crossed, I've only had one small spin, which is pretty good on this track. I was expecting a lot worse. Yeah, 3.4 seconds, just losing massive amounts of time on going around the track.
That's the Blues. He'll have to pull over now.
This will be exciting because he went to the pits. You can quite easily get rammed from behind.
Incident in turn 1. Incident in turn 2. Heads up, there's a car rejoining.
He'll be very aware that races can be won or lost in the pit lane.
Okay.
He's coming in for fuel and a fresh set of tyres.
Murray's
Traffic on exit.
Murray's giving me a good talking pep talk there for
28, right in front of P18.
right. Pit stop time. Time for a coffee because we're in for a long wait with these repairs. Very disappointing, as ever. Now I've had some technology improvements and I can see my broadcast a bit easier, and it's not really showing anything beyond the top 19. Now that's rare that I'm in the top 20, so maybe that's something we might need to look at, but I'm not really sure if there's an answer. 30 more seconds. So we're in P28 at the moment. There's a few drivers that are blue flags. There aren't many. I can see Streetman is 32. He's in the pits. I think he's giving up. Okay, engine restart. Go. A few other drivers there in the pits. I think they might well be had enough for the evening.
Take care, there's a car approaching.
The blue flag is being waved.
Your brake temperatures look good. Okay, Stevie, the next car is...
That was
Taylor.
very distracting. Somebody's saying a lot on Discord. Yeah, there's the leaders coming through. It's P2, Toff. Jory's in RT, yeah?
Blue flag.
I think P20 they got through there, but I'd rather not get in the way really. It's not like we're really competing for anything. No, I'm P30, I'm fucking miles behind everywhere, so Anne's in P21. Wow, I'm a long way down. I know it was 30 seconds of repairs, but wow. So it's very rare anybody's going to be coming up behind me that's going to be overtaking me now.
There's an incident in turn 1. P29.
And he's fighting up ahead with Legend. That's 30 seconds of repairs caused by the ramming have pretty much taken me out of this race. It's a poor show though from higher tier drivers. They just need to remember that people are not as going to be as quick as they are. Especially if they've come down more than a couple of tiers.
The gap to Taylor ahead is increasing. It's now 19 seconds.
Oh wow, only 19 seconds to make up and it's increasing. Toff's in P2 I think and Hans got past them. Shows you what a messed up race the socials can be. I think Toff's gone to the pits to get some clear air perhaps.
Sectors 1 and 3 are 1.3.
Well, that's actually slower than his best qualifying lap today. Okay, let's have a look at the qualifying time so far.
1.4.
Unfortunately, he's not as fast as his best intermediate.
Murray's being kind there, Murray's being kind. What he's trying to say is I'm bloody slow. I don't know why I'm slow. Still in P28. Lots of people were in the pits, but because of that wait for the repairs, I don't think it's going to do much good, but I couldn't carry on losing 5 seconds a lap.
The leader is pitting now.
Must have had no diffuser left whatsoever.
Okay, Stevie, you've got half your fuel left.
Okay, looks like we might be slightly overfueled for the race. Because we're at 23 minutes to go, and I've only just used 50% of the fuel I set out with, 110 litres. So I'm not sure if 105 might be the way to go for the actual race itself, so that's something useful. It is famous last words, but so far it's been good clean laps. Mostly, I think I've had one slight spin off, one ram from a much higher tier car coming through, but a few slips on the
There's an
chicanes,
incident in turn 1.
but we made it through the chicanes. Sounds good. Tire pressures look okay at 28 across the board. A little bit above.
Stay focused. We're still in this. P28.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
I'm nice and safe and last. There's nobody going to be. Some guy behind is pitting. There's somebody behind me. Somebody's behind me there. I imagine they're a long way behind me. Got P1 coming. Oh no.
That's a blue flag.
Incident in the second chicane. We think it might be Taylor.
Car on the left.
The car behind's pitting now. Left side, clear left.
Oh, that's my friend. Didn't ram me for once. Well, thanks for that. Carrie's coming up now. He's in P20 and I'm in P nowhere. So Again, I'll go blue flagged. Oh no, P4's coming up.
That's a blue flag.
Come on. Things take forever sometimes for cars to come through on blue flags. PTG, we got a few cars coming through here.
P26.
That's why I got back up to P26.
Your front brakes are pretty hot now.
The blue flag is being waved.
There's no way I can let him through on this complex of corners.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Yellow flag in sector 3.
Well, I had nothing to do with that. That's the terrible thing with that chicane. You just catch the sausage curbs and spin straight off.
20 minutes remaining. You've got 20 minutes.
However,
left. White flag.
unlike
P4 has binned it in the hairpin.
so
The leader has just done
the last outing at
1:28.91.
Silverstone, it was very much kept my nose out of trouble, and the weather really helped. A lot of people have accidents, and that's why they had the P7. But on this cut track, I'm not sure that. Ooh, that approach will work as effectively. The weather's not bad, so people are going to remain on the tarmac a lot more. I'm going to have to be faster to capitalise on people who may have a bit of a slip from pushing too hard. So last lap was 1:37, which is dreadful. No, completely failed to make the corner.
There's an incident in tournament box. It looks like Taylor. White flag.
Wyoming tonight has really taught me anything about how best to take this track, to be honest. I'm taking that corner terribly slowly, I know that much. Braking too soon, braking too hard. 2 seconds down. Not as bad as it was before the repairs. I'd have been 5-6 seconds down. I think a lot of drivers have given up for tonight. Got perhaps what they need from this session. Well, let's have a look at how many laps are disallowed. Again, we're not going faster. We're 2 temps down. Barely into 2 or 3 corners of a lap. Now 0.4. Nearly half a second.
That's the blues. He'll have to pull over now.
Well, D. Hendricks there showed me. D. Hendricks? I don't know if it's D. Hendricks, but Hendricks showed me there I'm maybe taking that chicane too much respect. I know I can cut it more than that. I know I can cut it as much as he did. Morphy's still going anyway. Probably a long way up the road from me. P19 is going to drive through. I think I'm so far behind, it won't make any difference to me. I think I'm pretty much last of the runners, from the looks of things. Voodoo coming up on me, I think. Yeah, you don't need to change down to third through this corner. I have been doing. There's a 4. TC's on 3. Let's try TC on 2. Oh, come on, stop. That didn't help.
Blue flag.
Real loss of momentum there.
Okay, Stevie. 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes. Car left.
Car on the left.
Still there. Clear left.
Falling behind to the car in front.
P24.
I'll be shot that. I'm watching BDGO. Got Voodoo behind me.
That's the blues. He'll have to pull over now.
Clear right.
And Morphy, there you go. There's the shade. Morphy's about to overtake me.
Blue flag. Car right. Clear right.
So we're a long way down. We're a whole lap down on P21, so we're definitely not going anywhere. No, it's a short lap here, just... Whoa. Really missed the chicane there. It's amazing how I get very disorientated at this track. I'm thinking about a different set of corners as I'm going into them sometimes. I'm not paying attention.
Taylor, ahead is increasing. It's now 14 seconds.
Oh, wow. There's a 14 seconds to... Oh, what's Voodoo doing? Now, come on, Voodoo. I'll let you through. I don't have to let you through again. Now, I could say is I'm using tonight to lull everybody into a false sense of security, so they think I'm not a threat for the main race tomorrow. But I think that might be a slight exaggeration and a lie.
Okay, Stevie, there's a car exiting the pits. Heads up.
I'm not sure if staying in fourth does help. He's losing time. Voodoo's taking a very unusual line there. Yeah, I've lost nearly 0.3 of a second there. I think Voodoo is lulling people into a false sense of security. He's been taking some very casual lines around some of these corners. Oh, that won't help at all. Nope, that's not a good line to take. Caught way too much for sausage curves, launched the car, ended up going across the grass. Generally not a good thing. I think we're into P23 just for people who've given up. Right, last time round. Oh, we're already 0.25 down, that's not much help. We got Morphe's 5 seconds away already. Yeah, what's going on?
We think P5 has binned it in. Telemen box.
So one of the leaders has gone off. Not going to have a big impact on me. Oh, whoa. That was nearly disaster. Don't carry too much speed into that chicane is a really important lesson learned there. Rear end came round, nearly speared me into the wall. Big gap now to Voodoo. It'll be interesting to explore for next season. I like to remain loyal to Porsche, but whether there's a car that's got better stopping. P7's coming up on me, it's 1.2 seconds.
You've got 10 minutes left, 10 minutes to go.
10 more minutes of torture.
The blue flag is being waved.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
The gap to Taylor ahead is now 14 seconds.
There must be an accident. The yellow flags are out.
Voodoo's had enough.
Turn 3.
Straight past that chicane. I think the system's taking pity of me. It's not giving me any drive-throughs.
That's a blue flag.
This is not a place to let through. Whoa! What the hell?
Clear left. The track temperature is increasing. It's now 24 Celsius.
Sorry about that, Nins. It just bounced back onto the track. Looks like Nins had more fun than I have. He's a lap down. See if we can take this in fourth. No, engine revs are dropping too much in my opinion. That said, the lap time's looking okay. Or it was until that corner. All the way up to P22 now.
Brake temperatures are fine, mate. Incident in Telemen box. Looks like it's Taylor.
Taylor's name again. Taylor's name's been mentioned a few times. Hope he's okay. He's had a few incidents. Noticeable that everybody else in this race that are pulled over, probably flags coming through, none of them managed to ram me right the backside. Interesting that. corner.
The gap to Taylor ahead is now 15 seconds.
Taylor's taking a second. Is it Taylor who kept... I'm just adding it up. I think it was Taylor who kept getting mentioned as having one or two offs. So if I was a bit more together, Maminette would catch up with Taylor and have a little bit more of a battle rather than just be touring round. You just see him. It's going to be 15 seconds with 5 minutes to go. Two seconds on 34s. Lap times are just too slow. Gotta figure out how to get faster. Five minutes to go. About 5 more
Lap time
laps.
was 134.00. Okay, Stevie, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left. There's an incident in the first chicane. We think it might be Taylor.
It's Taylor again having a problem. I thought I was in the first chicane. Taylor's only 9 seconds ahead of me now. Still, it could be a million miles. Because 9 seconds is a long way. Whoa!
Blue flag.
No, that's that borderline through, so
The blue flag is being waved.
that's not a good place to have a blue flag. Just rammed me, I think. Thanks for that, mate. I said it wasn't a good place for a blue flag, and I think he just simply drove into me. Oh, big off.
That's the blues. He'll have to pull over now.
Worried here, got P1 just 3 seconds behind me. Car suddenly seems to not want to stop. Pressures are down a little bit. I had a little trip across the gravel trap. See what it's like in a lap or so if I keep on the track. Grip is down to go.
That's a blue flag.
Left side, clear left.
No, it's 10 seconds now to the next car, which happens to be Sorg.
Two minutes to go.
Somebody saying thank you over Discord. I don't know if it was Nikri in front of me. Here's the leader. Don't like taking the leader out of a race. It always makes me feel bad. Pressure's going back up. Pressures went down because I went off. No other reason than that. Nikkei is won by a million miles. Nobody else in sight. I felt okay when I was doing my offline practices on this track, but the actual race performance against the competition is I'm a long way off the pace. I'm not sure where I can find it. I've only got one more day. Main race is tomorrow evening, and there's no way I'm going to get to practice anymore. Corners like that certainly won't help. That was terrible. 1.6 seconds. Go on, 46 seconds.
There's an incident in Xbox.
Oh,
Looks
come
like
on.
it's Taylor.
Taylor again, but I'm having just a complete mare at the end of this race. Oh, look, T-Rip's in P11. T-Rip was in our race last week. And allowed me to say to myself, if T-Rip hadn't have been in our race, I'd have got P6. He got moved straight up to Tier 4, straight after the race.
Last lap.
Okay, I've got 16 litres of fuel left. I'm on the last lap. I think I can easily afford to lose 10 litres. It's 2.5 litres a lap, so 36 laps is a bit low though. Somebody's having a little bit of a swearing session on Discord.
There's an incident in the second chicane. It looks like Taylor. There's a white flag.
Grip's really gone from the tyres. You can see it drifted out. Going around that bend. Nearly there. It's the last lap, I think, isn't it? It's not saying anything. Got Taylor to within 6 seconds. I mean, probably call-outs from crew chief. Taylor's had more than a few offs, but I still didn't manage to catch him because I was that bad. And don't be fooled by P21 here.
P21, and there's the finish. Good result, mate. Well done.
I think there's some kind of incident. I can see yellow flags.
And yeah, P21 there, but don't be fooled. Everybody else quit. Not a very good result, but it's only a practice race. I've got 14 litres left over, so I think we can lose 10 litres of fuel from my prime cell. And look forward to the main event tomorrow, really. I'll look forward, I say that. I am not having a great time on this track. Grip seems really difficult. Just take it back round to the pits.
There's an incident in Xbox. We think it might be Trip.
Gotta try and find that video of Carrie with the hoarding stuck in his car. That was pretty funny.
There must be an accident. The yellow flags are out.
Well, my teammate didn't turn up again. I'm not sure he's made any of the practice races. Not a good thing. Okay, so there we go, folks. Thanks for watching, if you're watching, and I'll see you for the main race on Tuesday evening.